Do you have a favorite teacher?
Yes, I am fond of my English teacher, and I think she is not only the person who inspires me in the subject, but also the person that made me adore her to her in English.
What kinds of teachers do you like?
I love teachers who are child out and let students get away with their ideas. By this way, I can feel excited about studying and wait for her lesson time.
What are the qualities of a good teacher?
Teacher must be patient to deal with all kinds of students because in the class there are a lot of kinds of people who is energetic or sometimes is not say a lot like them. Besides, teacher need to be calm and be able to control the class as teaching is a tiring and stressful job.
Do you think teachers should be angry at students or not?
Mm, no, I think teachers should control their temper, whatever situation it is, and teachers should use some advice or some means to make students behave in a good way. For example, they can give the properly advice, for example, and another they can have a deep talk or deep conversation with this student.
Do you like strict teachers?
Perhaps because strict teachers can set rules to control their students and make them follow. But during break time, they should be funny to be closer with their students.
What's the difference between young and old teachers?
I think old teachers often have more experience than young ones. However, the young teachers are active and they often look for new strategies and teaching.
What kinds of teachers do you like best?
My favorite kind of teacher is someone who is helpful, kind, firm, and has high expectations for students, especially if if he or she teach the subject that I love. That kind of teacher always have admirable patience for their job, which motivate me to work harder, study harder in order to impress them.
Who was your favorite teacher when you were young?
Um, when I was young, um, literature teacher, it is my favorite teacher. The first reason is because literature is my favorite subject when I was uh, 6 to 10 years old, and I believe my knowledge and effort could impress the teachers. Secondly, my literature teachers tended to have a soft voice and inspiring teaching style that got me excited whenever the class began. And because I
Would you
want
want
to,
to be the the
You continue, continue, continue.
yeah, because in literature lesson, I also can create a lot of passage that about my favorite topic.
Would you want to be a teacher in the future?
I think I would, but I want to become a lecturer instead. Before, I think a teacher is very good, but now, as I was older, I think I will become a literature instead. And though teaching has always been my dream job since I was a kid, and but my specialization is not that crazy, and which make it difficult for me to teach at schools.
Have you ever had bad teachers before?
Luckily, I haven't met such an evil teacher who is have some physical painers from their students. I think as long as we're hardworking and we do all the homework, learn the lesson well, and concentrate in the lesson enough, and don't break any school's revolution, other than some other than would not happen appear on a teacher's Netflix.
Do you often write things?
Sometimes, because now I am sometimes, but now it is very regular. I want to improve my writing part to have a high score in IELTS and also have a high score in my literature exam.
At work or in your studies, do you often write things?
I love writing, and I must say I often write. Sometimes no.
Do you write every day?
Yes, and uh, every day I can write a passage, or sometimes it is just a sentence in class. And in class, I always have my pen and my notebook ready to take some notes and take some notes in my teacher in my their lessons. And when I listen something that they have a good advice, I will take notes this sentence.
Do you like your handwriting?
My handwriting is actually one of the things that I'm proud of myself. Yes, I think it is only beautiful when I'm completely calm and focused on it. During exam time, my handwriting looks a bit messy because I'm very nervous about my result. But in addition, when I'm brainstorm idea, I prefer dropping math or write some simple sentence that I understand, and then I will use this sentence to develop my idea.
What do you usually write?
Uh, Mostly, I like to write notes in class since it helps me to concentrate on the lectures. Writing notes are also good reference for exams. When you want to revise your knowledge, you can give uh, see as this. Besides, I often write to-do lists that I make use of my time. For example, in what time I get up, I will write the time, and then I get up and I tick in this sentence. I also make lists of stuff I need to buy before I go shopping, or things I need to pack before my trip on my school.
Do you think it is possible to know somebody by their handwriting?
Handwriting has been proved to tell a lot about one's personality. For me, in particular, I can recognize most of my friends' handwriting. because they have their own unique handwriting. And I can see their handwriting is something that related to their character.
Do you usually write by hand or write using a computer?
Um, with the advent of technology, the most common means of daily communication nowadays is typing. Personally, I prefer typing emails. Sometimes I will write in the book or notebook in the school when I cannot bring my computer or my phone. Mm.
Do you like receiving postcards?
I'm quite emotional, so a postcard can make me shed a tear. It's like telling me that even though we're miles apart, we still think of each other, and uh, we wish to share something to each other together. It would be more sincere if the postcards had their handwriting.
Do you think computers might one day replace handwriting?
Computers are actually come replacing handwritings. It is evident that most of daily communication is through typing, or sometimes it's video call, or and especially important documents, announcements, and even reasons. I guess it is due to the standardization among language and convenience that people prefer typing to rather than handwriting.
When do children begin to write in your country?
Hmm. In my country, children begin learning to write when they are around 6 years old. Some someone are someone is younger. And starting at the primary school, I suppose learning at such early age would have trained the child patience and someone reflects their um, artistic artistic character.
Do you think handwriting is very important nowadays?
Nowadays, nowadays, handwriting is no longer so important. Instead, typing is more suitable for development of technology. In addition, not many people have readable and organized handwriting, thus complicating the social standards, especially in case of important documents. Sorry. However, handwriting represents our uniqueness. Even though it's no more crucial, I still would follow idea of teaching children to write before they get access to other high techniques.
How can children today improve, or practice, their handwriting?
I guess practicing to get beautiful handwriting is not as important as it used to be 10 years ago. Yet, due to its benefits, especially in terms of patience, children can write any poems, paragraphs, or essays that they feel interested in their free time. Parents can also give comments on their handwriting and encourage them if they can write beautifully.
What impression does a person's handwriting have on other people?
One personality can be reflected quite clearly through how they write. To tell you the truth, I'm not an expert in this, But I think handwriting only gives first impression. We had better get to know a person for a while through them their handwriting.
Do you like to send emails?
Email can be considered as the most useful means of communication for me. We communicate with our literatures mostly through emails, but now I think I use um, some something like yeah. And besides, compared to direct communication, email help me get the information more effectively.
How often do you eat chocolate?
Oh, well, mostly I don't buy myself chocolate since it's quite pricey and not my favorite snack. Only when someone gives me chocolate will I eat some. Sometimes my parents will buy part, some part, a part of chocolate, and I will eat it.
What's your favorite flavor?
So I'm not addicted to chocolate, and I do have my own type favorite. For example, a favorite flavor, for example, is sweet, spicy, or just this. And which is the white chocolate. I'm very fond of it. Very delicious. Since I have a sweet tooth, dark chocolate would be too bitter for me. I like white chocolate because it's less bitter than dark chocolate. Meanwhile, milk chocolate just isn't sweet, sweet enough.
When was the first time you ate chocolate?
Uh, also, I think that most of the children at the time were a fan of M&M chocolate, and I was no exception. When I was 10 years old, it is the first time that my father buy me a bar of M&M chocolate. I eat it and very delicious, super delicious. Now that my teeth changed cold, still I enjoy having some M&M snacks in my free time or at the weekend with my younger sister or my younger brother.
Is chocolate popular in your country?
Um, Well, I see there are a variety of chocolate brands with different price range and quality available in the market nowadays. Thanks to the health benefits that it offers for humans, consuming chocolates at a suitable level is encouraged. The weakness of chocolate also makes it a common present that men choose to give their beloved women on special days, especially Valentine's Day or International Women's Day. And beside the chocolate, they also give their beloved woman um, summer flowers.
Is chocolate good for our health?
Mm. Scientifically, chocolate provides humans a number of health benefits. Firstly, eating chocolate has improved our mood. Even when we are under pressure or have a lot of stress from their study, from their work. Secondly, consuming chocolate at a reasonable amount is good for our cardiovascular system. And Interestingly, chocolate has been proved to contain antioxidants, that is, a substance of vitamin C or vitamin E that removes potentially damaging oxidizing agents in a living organism, which benefits for our health.
Do you think children should learn to play musical instruments?
I think children is participating in sport activities or play music instruments is make their life more colorful. But however, parents should not force their children to learn musical instruments if the children are not interested. But other people, other parents, I see that they don't allow their children to play or learn musical instruments because they believe that if their if their child or if their children play musical instruments that make their study is bad is worse than if they don't play it. So I think children, perhaps children can play musical instruments if they love it.
Have you learned to play any musical instruments?
No, no, because my father and my mother is also sing. If I play musical instruments, I cannot concentrate on my study.
Do you play any instrument?
Mm, Actually, I'm not a big fan of instruments, and I enjoy listening to music. But performing instruments is not my interest. I think this whole hobby thing requires music talent, which I definitely don't have. And my friends have, I have a lot of friends that they play guitar, play piano. Somebody is play kalimba, and they can lend their music instruments to just play in the school in my break time.
What might be the best age to start learning to play a musical instrument?
Uh, I think as early as possible because learning a music instrument requires a lot of practice. For example, is violin or piano. And when one is young, his or her fingers are often very agile and they are quick to learn because their brain very is better have better remember than the others. And when they grow older, their fingers become stiffer, and they probably don't have enough time because of their busy study or busy work.
Do men and women play different kinds of musical instruments?
Well, it is hard to say. For one thing, I haven't uh, paid much to what kinds of music instruments people are playing. For another, from what I see and what I hear, nowadays men and women are playing all kinds of instruments as they're interested in.
What kind of natural sound do you love to listen to?
Mm,
Do you love
I
listening
love
to music? Do you love listening to music?
Absolutely, I am a big fan of music. Music can always give its magic to give people different feelings, and people say that music speaks international language. I think it is totally true. Say people from different countries can all appreciate the same music.
What kinds of music do you love listening to?
I love so many kinds of music, such as soul, new age, or sometimes it is
Nguyên nghỉ đi.
K-pop or K-pop. Among all these kinds of music, I love K-pop the most. When K-pop singers sing, they perform with their skills, their experience. Some person, some person perform with their heart, their sound, and I can feel overwhelming emotions coming out from their voice or their dance.
Where and when do you usually listen to music?
I always take my iPod with me, so basically I can listen to music anywhere and anytime I want. Uh, the MP3 has been such a blessing. Thanks to the inventor of the MP3, my music world is awesome. Then sometimes when I write a passage or an essay for my teacher, for my exam or revise things that I have stressed, I will use my computer to listen to music.
Do you want to be a singer?
Well, from what I've known, being a singer is not easy at all. And it's not just about performing, but it's also involved in interaction with fans and other collectors. Based on what I have known that about soulfish and even the music industry in general, I think that I don't belong to that world.
Do you like to take photographs? Why?
Well, taking photo has become one of my hobby when I was uh, 11 years old. Before it, I scared of taking a photo because I think I'm ugly. And I'm actually thinking of learning more about through the taking of photos. I have no idea what I can do with my camera until I learn to make use of its wonderful function as well as some microphone apps like in my phone. Unlike some people, I indeed want my photo to look unique, lively, and a little bit professional that make me beautiful than others.
Do you prefer to take photos yourself or to have other people take your photos? Why?
I would be way more comfortable taking photo myself now, as I can see crystal clear of how ridiculous my face expression looks like, if there's something on my hair or stuck between my teeth. And in case it's a scenery photo, I can apply the technique. And I have learned to produce stunning photos.
How long have you liked taking photographs?
Just recently, uh, when I was 5 years old, no, 11-year old, as a father, yeah, I no longer can spend hours listening to music. Sometimes is reading or singing. So I only choose the photography, which is a way more instant suits me now to document my life. And as I enjoy my life on this campus, for example, the road I go to school every day, I will take a photo. The sunset or the rainbow, the trees, if I think it is very beautiful, I will use photography, and it is the best way to store my memories.
In what situations do you take photographs?
As I have mentioned before, I snap a photo of anything that catches my eyes. When I'm in a good mood, or I t- I take a photo when my friends and I hang out, or when I participate in social events or social activities of the schools and meeting amazing people. And however, when it comes to practicing for professional photography, I prefer taking photos of scenery and food.
What kind of photos do you like to take? Why?
Um, Food and scenery are definitely my inspiration. I just can't sit still when beautiful breakfast and stunning landscape keep appearing on my mm, Facebook every day. But what is more, it is my natural instinct, and that has me to go find the simple uniqueness of my school, namely the sunset, the lake, the rainbow, the trees and flowers, and show people how beautiful my school is, or my house is. However, I'm not good at taking photos of people. Do so activities on streets life is not my style.
How, why, did you become interested in photography?
The situation was quite odd the sudden. I posted some scenery photos and I took on the spur of the moment on my Facebook and received lots of comments, even from those with whom I'm not alone. Then I realized I should develop the skills and just take it seriously and keep up the good work. Yeah. And the more I learn about it, the more passionate I become.
How often do you take photographs?
Not so often, I must say, since I really don't like posting boring photos with the same object all the time. So timing is everything. For example, when I was get up, I have seen the sun is right, and then I will take a photo. But tomorrow I won't take this photo again. I believe my guests will know exactly when and how I should click to produce high quality photos.
Do you prefer to take pictures of people or of scenery?
I think I'm gonna go for taking scenery photos because before, as a beginner, the knowledge of film and facial experience, the part that needs focus on the harmonization between them, and the surroundings are a bit too advanced for me. I can really make the person in a photo become lively as I do with the scenery. They can be very ugly or they can be like a robot that not have a lot of feelings like I do with the scenery. Besides, looking at the beauty of natural and capturing it is kind of my thing. And to me, and it is a good way to escape from the artificial world. So yeah, scenery is safer and more enjoyable for me.
Who do you take photos of?
And though I'm not good at taking photos of people, I do take selfies with new friends whom I meet when I participate in social events. To me, it more like a reminder or something to look back, remind me that this time last year I went out and met amazing people and had a lot of fun with them.
How do you keep your photos?
Um, Sometimes if I have a lot of time, my free time, I will print the photos out, make an album or stick them on the wall for decoration. Sounds so common and also interesting. But I don't think photos are worth that much time and budget unless what I capture is apparently important to me. For example, the photos of me and my friend, of me and my family. Sometimes it is a scenery that have um, a big emotion for me, and otherwise I only keep them in my computer or my parents' phone.
Do you keep your photographs on your computer?
Yes, because my memory is somewhat similar to goldfish memory. Storing in different device would drive me crazy. So a lot of times I will keep my photos on my computer, but sometimes that is uh, the photo of my family. I will put it in my parents' family, um, parent home.
Are there any photos on the walls of your house?
Since my parents love decorating our house, putting photos nicely on the walls of my house is an essential part of the decoration style. Some photos go with frame or plastic covers. Some are stick directly onto the wall in per set. However, it's quite ridiculous for me to see myself roaming everywhere in the house. So I told them to let me decorate my room on my own. And in my house, the most photo is about uh, my parents. That is, they have a lot of beautiful photos of their wedding, and some of the photos that is my younger sister, my younger brother, and me.
Do you frame, or have you framed, any of your photos? Yes, which, and why?
And though I don't usually print my photos out because now I have a lot of things to do for my study, and I think I would store some photos of mine with my friends in school or me with my family. And framing has preventing scratching and is good for long-term storage. So this is probably a good alternative besides albums in my computer or in my parents' home.
Do you prefer to send postcards to people or to send photos that you took yourself? Why?
Uh, Firstly, the postcards are made of thicker paper, which make it way that more convenient for long-term storage as well as decoration. Secondly, the process of sending and receiving postcards appear to be simpler and faster compared to photos. For those reasons, I think I probably go with sending postcards.
Describe your education.
Uh, I graduate in I just graduated my primary school for the gifted and the healthy, and now I'm studying at the secondary school named and it's named Thu1. And sometimes I think I would try my best to go to high school.
What is your area of specialization?
Oh my god.
Why did you choose to study that major?
There are many. I
Do you like your major? Why? Why not?
um my major is English, and to tell you the truth, it was quite challenging for me at first because in the secondary schools some in the future is in high school, their requirements are especially high, and English itself is highly demand skillful hands, and also the way to say like now. And however, as time goes by, I think I'm getting used to the amount of pressure and actually enjoy my study.
What kind of school did you go to as a child?
Well, just like most of the couples, I spent 5 years at a government primary school. It took me only 10 minutes to go to school, and my parents took me to school every day. Classes start at 7 in the morning and 11 in the afternoon. And now I'm okay. Just it.
What was your favorite subject as a child?
To tell the truth, that I was quite good at literature back then, because I always tried my best to get high score and impress my teacher.
What kind of natural sound do you love to listen to?
Well, I'm really into find I really find in the sound of bird chirping and the sound of morning calling with dinner. I also like the sound of my cat. I feel life quite tranquil and lovely, surrounded by sound.
Do you love listening to music?
Yes, music is the common language of the humans, and I also love listening to music. I love listening to music both when I'm sad and I'm happy. Depending on my mood, I will choose my favorite piece.
What kind of music do you love listening to?
I often listen to music like pop or ballad, or sometimes it's K-pop songs, especially those with meaningful lyrics. I love songs that are encouraging rather than blues ones. I would highly recommend that the Taylor Swift. She has a lot of songs that make my life is more lovely.
Where and when do you usually listen to music?
I often listen to music on my computer. However, sometimes it's just in public place. I put my put on my earphone and to avoid disturbing others. When I come back home, I listen to music on my computer.
Do you play any musical instrument?
Well, I'm not kind of good at music. I just like listen to them to someone play musical instruments. But I don't like to play some musical instrument, for example, such as guitar, piano, or violin, because I think uh, very it's quite challenging for me to play. But I think with somebody, music helps them to relax and grow their mind.
How do you think when parents in Vietnam are always forcing their kids to learn all kinds of instruments?
Well, I think we should not force kids to learn a lot of kinds of instruments based on their interest of specific kids. Parents should help them discover and promote their talents.
How do you feel about those kids who know how to play a lot of instruments?
Well, I find those kids admirable. The kids are quite versatile and flexible. They must be arty to sense pieces of music.
What is the benefit of video games?
Video game can be very entertaining. Users or gamers are transported into virtual worlds, which are often more exciting and engaging than real-life pastime. They can shoot their opponents in a game and chat with them. Sometimes it's having a fight with their virtual characters.
Can video games be educational?
From an educational perspective, these games encourage imagination and creativity, as well as concentration, logical thinking, and problem solving, all of which are useful skills outside the game context. Furthermore, it has been shown that computer stimulation games can improve users' motor skills and help to prepare them for real-world tasks such as flying a plane.
What are the drawbacks of video games?
Both friends and relatives visits are no, sorry. Can you say again?
What are the drawbacks of video games?
I think the drawback of the video games it is firstly it can make some people that escape from their life, their real life. I just think um, they just like live in their artificial life in the video games. Another disadvantage of video games it is make some people not concentrate on their work or concentrate on their study. That make their life is worse. Worse.
What are the benefits of computer games?
The benefit of the computer games it is can educate somebody if they can utilize their video games in a good way. For example, they can learn more new words. Sometimes they can make friends, and this is the good relationship.
What are the drawbacks of computer games?
The drawbacks of the computer games is have a lot of reasons for this. Firstly, firstly, play a lot of computer games it can make you is make your eye is not good. Sometimes you can find a lot of things that is not afford or available for their age.
Do you often watch TV?
Yes, but now it's not because my father